Hi, good morning. Welcome to another reading vlog. So this one is going to be like another spooky fall-ish type vlog because it is officially October. It's October 3rd. It's still like 85 degrees outside, but you know, whatever, that's okay. I have two books picked out. Did go to the library yesterday. So we're going to be reading one of the library books because I need to get it read in like a timely manner. And then just another one of the books off my physical TBR. So the first, we'll start with the book that I own. So this book is by one of my all-time favorite authors, which is Andrew Joseph White. And so this book is Compound Fracture. So this one, it's like his other two, it's YA horror. And this one is cool because there's, let me show you, there's pictures on the inside. There's not pictures inside the book itself, but the like hard cover has pictures. So it takes place in like, I don't know what time, is it normal time period? I assume so because I have computers. So let's just say it takes place present day, but takes place in like West Virginia, Appalachia, you know. So when it takes place in Appalachia, you know it's gonna get creepy. Because he typically does, he writes horror, right? So we follow our main character. I have started it, but I'm only like 40 pages in. So what I can tell you is that our main character is Miles, who is a socialist. He goes to a party at night. It's like a graduation party for the high schoolers. Goes to this party. He's autistic. He doesn't do parties. He doesn't do crowds, but he's like, he wants to meet up with this guy. Is his name Cooper? Why am I thinking his name's Cooper? Is that right? Yes, it is Cooper. Whenever I hear the name Cooper now, I think of Coop on the Stoop. But, he wants to meet up with this guy Cooper because like a few years ago, Cooper's mom was killed in like some type of like freak accident or something. And it was like kind of covered up. And so Miles has found evidence that it was covered up by the sheriff department and like the head sheriff of the town. And their town's like really small, so you know everyone knows everyone. So he goes to this party, hands over the evidence to Cooper, and Cooper's like, hey, okay, that's a lot you're throwing at me, but I mean, I'll take it. And then of course, out of the woods come the sheriff's son and like two henchmen, even though they're like 16. So they're like, hey, Miles, what you doing? You know, we thought it was weird that you were reading into all this socialist stuff and now you have pictures of like a dead body. So we're gonna give you a chance to run. And so, of course, Miles runs and is basically almost beaten to death. And just is forced to say he forgot who beat him up. And so I think it's going to be like trying to solve what actually happened to this woman a few years ago, and also probably creepy woods, and then just bad kids, bad cops. So I think that's what that one's going to be about. I love his writing. I've loved his other two YA horrors. He did just come out with an adult horror novel, which I do actually have, but I wanted to get, because I had this one first, so I want to get through this one first. And then for the library book, I went to the library looking for 3 books. They didn't have any of them, but they had this one on display. And that one is Silver Nitrate by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. So, was it last year or was it the year before? I think it had to be last year. I think it's last year. Don't quote me on that though. I read Mexican Gothic. And if I'm thinking right, it was like one of my top 3 books of the year, whichever year that was. So it was so good. And so she has a couple more novels out, and so this one I wasn't too it's not really my style, I think, because it's like, I have started it, I'm like 30 pages in. Like 90s slasher films. I've never seen a slasher film, but I know the vibes, I know the aesthetics. So it's like, and this character's name, whew, I want to say it's Montserrat, but whenever I'm reading, I just call her M. So I don't know. It's like French. I don't know. But she's in love with her best friend Tristan. And these characters are actually older. They're like in their late 30s, which is nice. They move into a new apartment. Her and her best friend Tristan. They discover that like 2 floors above them is like this cult horror movie director, and they're like, hey, we're trying to be either like movie actors or filmmakers. Can you hook us up? And so he had this movie director, this older man, in like the 60s. He had this film that was never finished, and it was like cursed, or so the cast and people that were working on it said. And so it was never finished. And so now that he has these 2 kids, they're almost 40, or like fresh on the scene, you know, people, he's like, hey, let's finish this movie that was, you know, cursed. And so of course, you know, some creepy stuff is gonna happen. Nothing creepy has happened yet. They're just now meeting the upstairs neighbor, the movie director. It is screaming 90s, which, like, I was born in 1999, but it's just screaming like old film, not poverty, but like these people are poor, which, like, who isn't? But it is, and it takes place in Mexico. Yeah, Mexico City. I'm about to sound real dumb. Is Mexico City in Mexico? Never mind. Okay. But I have a feeling that it won't be so spooky, but the vibes will be there. Because I don't think like 90s or slasher films in general are meant to be super. I feel like they're cheesy. But the vibes are there, right? You're just there for a good time. You're not there to be scared. So, I've almost been talking for 10 minutes. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to cut down the intros, but like, it's already been 8 minutes. Anyway, so I have 2 good books for this vlog. I'm probably going to focus on Silver Nitrate first, since it's a library book, and I'm like, because I did get another book from the library. So I would like to knock this one out so I can start that other one. So we'll start with Silver Nitrate and then get into Compound Fracture. What else is going on? Nothing. I am going tomorrow to a fall festival, even though it's going to be like, again, 80 degrees. With a friend. Since I'm going with a friend, I probably won't film anything. If I do, it'll just be like a few seconds. There's going to be like food trucks and some like artist stuff. So that'll be fun. So I said I don't have anything going on right now, but let's get to reading, because I love the library. Let's get the, you know, support your local library. The one thing I don't like is sometimes, you know, it takes me like a month to read a book, and so like having a 2-week time period, I'm just kind of like, ugh, puts pressure on, but that can be good pressure. So I'm gonna get to reading, and I will check in with you in a little bit. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Yay. Good girl, Millie. Good girl. Look at you. Good girl. Good girl. Hi, good morning. Pardon my wet hair. I just got out of the shower. It is Sunday morning. Yesterday, I went to the fall festival with my friend, came back, and I was like, because I was already on, you know, page 50 of silver nitrate. So like, I'll read to like page 150 maybe, and then update. Yeah, that didn't happen. I sat down on the couch with the intention of doing that. I read the entirety of the book in one sitting. And not necessarily because it was like really gripping and good. I did end up giving it 2.5 stars. So let's talk about it. In the cover, the like description of the book, it says the director wants Montserrat and Tristan to help him shoot the missing scene and lift the curse. So I thought they were going to actually film a movie and be filming and spooky stuff happen. Yeah, none of that happened. So what does happen is like there's a bunch of like cult stuff and history and like Nazi Germany stuff for some reason. No, there's like one ghost or like apparition, but it's mainly a lot of like curses and bad magic, which like, okay, but it's not what I thought. I thought this was going to be like a slasher film, and it was not. It's not really how it was described. But, you know, it's okay. Not every book that one of your favorite author writes is going to be a hit, and that's okay. And the ending just felt fake. Like, I don't know, something was off in the description and my expectations of what actually happened. So I'm giving Silver Nitrate it's either going to be 2 or 2.5 stars because the writing was good. I felt like the characters had potential. It's just everything kind of didn't hit. So that's Silver Nitrate. And then, so that's one book done, much sooner than I expected. So I will be continuing with Compound Fracture. It's actually in the other room, so I'm not going to go grab it. But continuing with Compound Fracture. I don't know if I'll finish it as quickly as I did Silver Nitrate, but that's my plan. Maybe play some video games. Tomorrow I have to go to the dentist and get a filling. I'm a bit nervous. I'm a bit scared. But, you know, sometimes you have to do hard things. I was thinking that was my hair, but it's the lamp. So tomorrow is not going to be fun, but we'll see. So today, video games, maybe. I do have a new Lego set. It's, because I did finish the One Piece one in my last video. This one is a haunted house. It's like the 3-in-1, so you can pick which of the 3 builds you want to do. I don't know if I'm going to do the house or if there's also a train. So, but I'll probably show you that later. Really all I have planned. So that's the update for Silver Nitrate. Disappointing, but it is what it is. Not every book is going to be a hit. So Calypso is clawing at the door. Let's see if she wants to be on video. Come in. You want to come in? You want to be on camera? Come on. Come on. Let me pick you up. She doesn't like being held. Come here, baby. Come here. Give me 1 second. I want to pick her up. Come here, baby. Come here. Let me see you. Okay, she said no. But anyways, so I will catch back up with you in a little bit once I have something to update you on. Okay, good morning. It is now Tuesday. I didn't do anything yesterday because I went to the dentist. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't fun either, so I kind of crashed afterwards. Right now I'm getting ready to go to one of the used bookstores in town, and I'm going to be trading in some books that I no longer want for credit. So I thought I would quickly show you the books that I'm going to be taking with me to get rid of, and someone else can have them. So I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. There's 2 more in the car. But anyways, the first one is Rouge. I haven't read it. I'm not going to read it. I don't see myself reading it, so I will not be keeping that one. I'm trying to do these by size. Do this one next. So next is Inkblood Sister Scribe. I really enjoyed this one when I read it like 2 years ago. It was really good, really unique, but I don't see myself rereading it, and I just need the space on my shelves, so I'm gonna be giving it to someone else. Then, same thing, Other Birds. It was really good. I'm just not going to reread it, so. Next, I Feed Her to the Beast and the Beast is Me. I was interested in this, but I don't think I'm gonna read it, so I will be getting rid of it. See, I have a better one, see how heavy it is. Okay, next is Where Darkness Blooms. This was one of the ones I read in my previous vlog. It was okay, but I didn't really enjoy it, so won't be keeping it. Then I have not read this one. I don't think I will. It's Eat the Ones You Love. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. Then we have My Best Friend's Exorcism. I have not read it. I'm not going to. I don't know. It's not interesting anymore. Then Angels and Demons. I read this for part of a book club last month. I did not enjoy it. I gave it 2 stars. It was so dense. It was just, no. So I will not be keeping that one. And then the last one is Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie. I did read this right before the movie came out, like, what, 4 years ago? It was fine, but out of all the Agatha Christie that I've read, it was my least favorite. So I will not be keeping this one, just because I feel like I need some more room. So that was, what, 11? That was 9 books. I have 2 more in the car. So, yeah, I can lift it. So that's an important thing. So I'm going to be going to the bookstore. I'll try and film at least a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to pick up anything, but I definitely will look and see what they have. But yeah, I will catch up with you in a little bit. Hi, so I just got back from the bookstore. Ignore the glare on my glasses, I'm facing the window, but I don't want to like get up and close it, so I just want to stay on the couch. So I traded in, it was a total of 11 books. They gave me $19, which may not sound like much. It was in-store credit, but compared to like Second Charles, who would have given me like $5, I'll take $19. And I did up getting 2 books. I showed you around a little bit. 2 books. And so I was looking around, and the fantasy and sci-fi section is at like the back of the store. And so by the time I had made my way over there, I was thinking, oh, I'm not gonna get anything. I'm not really seeing anything that I like or that, is on my TBR or anything. Then I was, looking through the fantasy and sci-fi, just kind of, do I recognize this? Do I see that? Wasn't finding anything. And then I looked back at the new additions to the fantasy. I was like, well, let me take one more look. If I hadn't looked, like, I'm shocked that this book was there. I have been looking for this book for probably like at least 2 years at this point. Like, I haven't found it in Barnes & Noble or any other major retailer. Calypso. So, this is crazy. So that book, you should have seen my face when I saw it, is The Library at Mount Char. I'm just... This is crazy. The fact that I'm actually holding this. And it was $5. It was $5. So whoever donated this, thank you. If you know, this is like sci-fi. If you know Gideon the Ninth, and you know how confusing and mind-bending it is, this is basically like the same level of confusion, so I've heard. Which isn't like my favorite thing, but I like Gideon the Ninth, so I was like, and this one, like, it's about a library apparently, so I don't... Okay, so I'm going to read you a little bit of the back. So Carolyn knows she's a bit odd, but she figures that's only natural when she spent her life locked away in an infinite library with a capital L, forced to study at the feet of the man who might be God. She's seen her share of terrible things in those years, even died a few times herself. And then there's this guy named Steve. So whenever I can't think of any other character named Steve, but when I read Steve, I pictured Steve from Blue's Clues. You know, Steve Burns. I don't know if that's accurate for a sci-fi, but when I read this, which won't be in this vlog, this is Steve from Blue's Clues. And then the other book that I got, which there's a story with this one. I got this book like maybe a year ago, didn't read it, and then I donated it. I think this might be the copy I donated. If it is, because it's the cover is a little bit worn, I think it's my copy. But this is The Night Wages by Martin Shaw, which it seems weird. Like, there's these drawings. Let me find one. It's basically like a journey with this father and his daughter. They're trying to go to the temple of Aphrodite. And they just have like a lot of conversations on the way. So there's like a lot of mythology, I think, and like just deep conversations. So I did get rid of it. It's found its way back into my home. So those are I got, both of these were $5 each, so $10. Hey, I'm happy with that. Actually, no, it was free because I used part of my store credit. I had $19 of store credit, so I used all of that. So now I have $9 of store credit left. Only thing I had to pay was tax, which was 90 cents. So I got 2 books for 90 cents. So I'm gonna take that. Also, I've had this one sitting in my car for a while, just haven't brought it in. Project Hail Mary. I'd like to read it before the movie comes out, and you know, you can't watch the trailer apparently because it has like a major spoiler in it, which is weird. This is a bit of a chunky one for a sci-fi. Well, I guess not really, but it's like 500 pages. But I'll read this at some point before the movie comes out, which I don't know when it's coming out, but I know it's been a bit since I've read Compound Fracture. That changes now. I'm going to sit down on the couch and read some, and I will be updating you before I finish the book. So I'll read a little bit, update you, tell you more about, and refresh on what the story is about since it's been a bit. See, I don't talk this much in my day-to-day life, so sometimes I get choked up. So I'm gonna leave, read with Calypso, and then check back in with you in a little bit. Hi. Okay, so it's the next morning, and remember when I said that I was going to update you before I finished Compound Fracture? Yeah, well, I ended up reading the entirety of it in one sitting, and I didn't update you. So sorry. It felt like there wasn't a good stopping point, and I was so invested in it, so I just didn't stop. So I have finished it. I'm going to give it Calypso. Wait, Calypso. There. I'm going to give it, I want to say 4.5 stars or 4 stars. Somewhere around there. It was very good. So I've now read 3 books of Andrew Joseph White. I would say I would put this one in the middle, like my second favorite out of the 3. For some reason, one of the titles is escaping me. So you have Hell Followed With Us, which would be my least favorite out of 3, even though I still gave it like 4 stars. Then Compound Fracture, and then my favorite one, I can't remember the title. It was like the Alice in Wonderland one. So I still have to read his adult novel, which I do have. So I did enjoy it. It was less horror than I expected. But it was still really, really good. And it was weird because remember last video when I read that YA, which was Where Darkness Blooms, and there was a lot of like corrupt politicians and cops and all that stuff. It was like very similar to that, which was weird that you would have 2 stories in a short time period though. So similar, but it was very like small town, everyone knows everyone, you know, corrupt people trying to, it's their way or the highway, you know, not taking no as an answer. So just, there was a lot of violence, but it wasn't, I wouldn't call it a horror novel. I would say, I don't know. But I mean, I still really enjoyed it. Especially because when I started it, I was thinking like, oh, I'm not feeling it yet. But then it really, like it went from 0 to 100 really quickly. So, Calypso, stop. Oh, you messed up the camera. But, it was really fun. So I am going to end the vlog here. Because I finished 2 books. So the first one was Silver Nitrate. It feels like that was such a long time ago. Silver Nitrate, unfortunately, got 2 stars from me. I know I said 2.5, but I have taken it back down to 2 stars. It didn't do it for me. And then, oh my gosh, Calypso, you're a mess. You are a mess. And then finished Compound Fracture, which was much better in my opinion. So 2 books, one I really enjoyed, one I did not. So that's another spooky fall. They weren't as spooky as I was expecting though, but you know, that's okay. So 2 fall books down. I will leave you, oh my gosh. I'll leave you here because Calypso is obsessed with the camera. She's gonna knock it down again. There we go. So I will, I'll just hold it. I will see you in the next video. Don't know what I'll be doing. Probably another spooky video. But it's October 8th right now, so I still have time to do another video. So I'll see you next time. And I hope you have a good day. Let me know what you're reading in the comments if you are reading anything, especially if it's like spooky, because I need more recommendations. Because I thought I had more spooky books than I actually do. So, what are you doing? So I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.